Leon and VIP Boxing down at the Borgia Boxing Gym in Mid. We're about to chat to young Mr. Leon Entwistle. Leon, how you doing, mate?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. I'm smiling a little bit because that's the best I've seen you, mate. You're looking really spiteful, and last time out didn't go your way. You didn't lose, but you drew, and you drew against. I know his record's not brilliant or anything like that, but Nathan Darby, he's fought quite a few times on our shows, and he's a real tricky southpaw. He's a good mover, and I come to see you about a week before you had that fight, and you were sat in your car and you had your head in your arms, and outside, even though preparations had gone well, outside of boxing, there was a lot of things going on, and I just felt like it might not be the right time for you to fight. And I think, I'm not taking any away from Nathan Darby. Nathan Darby was very good on the night, but you weren't at your best, and you struggled chasing him around the ring. I think you caught with him in the last couple of rounds, hence why it was a draw. I think you won the first two, you won the last two. But it wasn't what I was watching today. You were spiteful and horrible today on those pads and backs.
Like, mate, in a way, you know, it's not the result I wanted, but maybe it was what I needed to give me a kick up that backside, you know what I mean? Like, since that fight, I've just been switched on. Like, I had a couple of days off, went on holiday after the fight, I come back, I was just a different man.
Yeah.
I knew I had this fight. As soon as I got out of the ring, John said, yeah, you're on Jolly Boys. I knew a few weeks before, I just didn't tell you, so I've just been switched on, mate, ever since I got back off holiday. Just been in the gym, thinking about Sunday, nothing else.
Yeah, well, I did phone you up, didn't I, a few days afterwards, and we had a long chat, and I said, don't be down on yourself, because personally I felt like, from what I'd seen, and I knew, you know, you said all the right things in the interview, but I just didn't think your head was in the right space.
Yeah.
And you know, boxing, I know it's a physical sport, but it's also a mind sport. And
more than physically.
It is.
You've got to be there mentally. Like, I know now. Like, I'm not making any excuses up. Like, I just wasn't good on the night. In my opinion, I wasn't good enough on the night. But that doesn't define me as a fighter at all. Because, like, I know that this Sunday, like, I 100% believe in myself that I'm going to dust this guy. Like, I wasn't thinking like that before the last fight. I was just, to be fair, my head just wasn't in the fight last time. I was too busy thinking about other things that's going on in my private life, when as a professional athlete, that's not what you want to be doing. Like, last time I was coming here running away from what was going on outside. Now I'm coming in here and I'm thinking about the job at hand. You know, I'm thinking about every time I'm in here, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing in the fight. I'm thinking about drills, moves, you know, breathing, everything. Like,
you look like a different fighter.
Yeah.
You look spiteful. There was purpose behind every punch you were throwing.
Yeah.
You were vicious. You were spiteful. And I like that. And you need to be, because I've just said this in the previous two interviews, because there's only 3 fights on the show. It's the Jolly Boys it's a boxer's Christmas party. Yeah, you know, with a bit of boxing thrown in on it. It's where everyone who works in boxing can go there, let their hair down, have a good time, chat to one another, because when you're working on the shows, you don't have a chance to, you're doing your job. But this is time for them to all let their hair down and have a good drink and a good laugh, and put a smile back on the face. And boxing's just a bonus, but for you it's very important, because like you said, you've got something that you've got to put to bed, haven't you? And it must be was it September, was it?
September 28th.
You remember it well then, don't you? And it must be burning, must have been a horrible last 3 months for you.
You know what, mate? No, not really. You know, like I said, it was what I needed. If I feel like if that didn't happen to me on that day, maybe something worse could have happened later on down the line.
So it's learned to focus you.
It's flipped a switch in me, 100%.
Good.
Like, I know now that I've got to be 100% on my game at all times. And, you know, I'm not saying that I wanted to draw or I wanted to lose or whatever, but that has, like, 100% helped me out.
Yeah.
Because now I know, like, I'm just always switched on and I'm ready. And there's nothing more what I want to win.
Obviously, that was just keeping your tools sharp. Now all the hard work's been done.
Oh man, yeah.
What has the hard work been entailed? Who you've been moving around with in preparations for this fight?
I've sparred Ali Javid.
Very good kid.
Yeah, from Paul.
Still amateur, but he's looking to turn pro, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got more of a pro style. He's more suited for pros. And,
he's national champion, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think so. And Aaron Maddox, he's at Oliver's now.
He's just turning pro himself as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a
good kid.
He's got his debut in the new year. He's very strong. Very strong.
I remember filming him a few times. He's a kid that's put a smile on my face a few times. I remember watching him in the North West Regional Finals.
Yeah, we had a couple of barnstorms in there. You missed that. Yeah, it was some good. I've had mint spars. I've had a good camp. I think I've done everything teetotal this camp. Every hill run, track session, spars, jump in the bar, everything's just gone perfect because, like I said, I've been focusing on the job at hand when I'm in the gym. I'm not thinking about anything else. My mind's on the job.
That's brilliant because I don't know if did we mention it is Richard Helm. A little bit about him because you stayed with me. Ashmoran fought him, not in his last fight, but the fight before that he fought him just before he fought Jacob Quinn. Now, he's a good kid. I like him. He made his debut on a VIP show in an absolute little barnstormer against Desi Adami, a little Italian kid from Liverpool, and it was a great fight. Really was a good fight, and that was his debut. And then he had a little bit of success. He had a win straight after that and a draw. And yes, he's won nothing since. But if you look into his record, very rarely is it 40-36 or 60-54. He's a guy that usually takes a round of someone and definitely asks questions. And I think he will suit your style because he's not a mover. He's a guy that comes and has a little bit of a tear up, and I think that's what you want, isn't it?
I don't mind. He can come, do whatever he wants. I know that I'll be getting my hand raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I don't care if he put me in there with who he is, if he wins rounds or whatnot. I'm getting the win on Sunday, 100%.
Yeah, well, like I said, from what I've seen today, you seem a different kid, and I honestly felt like when I'd spoke to you, and I'm not going to say that on camera or anything like that before a fight, you don't do that, do you? But I realised that in your performance you was just a little bit flat, you were just, I don't know, your head wasn't there, and you've said it, and so, when your head's not there, you're not the fighter that you should be.
Well, they're the fights where you find out who you are. Like, after that fight, when I was getting back in the gym, I was realising, like, I was finding out a lot of things about myself mentally.
Yeah.
Now I'm a lot better at dealing with things.
Yeah.
So, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, well, listen, that's what all good boxers do. They take positives out of the negative.
I'll never say, I should have won like this and that. I'm not, we move on, and you can't change what's happened already.
Well,
there's no
but
point.
would that be something? Would you like that in the new year? Maybe a rematch with Nathan, and maybe put that to bed, or are you not bothered because you just know that wasn't you on that night, and you don't have to keep hurting yourself about it?
My problem was that I would have a fight lined up. I'd have a fight, let's say, last fight I was against Nathan, and I was already thinking about the next fight. I was thinking, there's a card 3 weeks after that, I want to get on it. I wasn't thinking about what's in front of me. So for me to say, I'd like a rematch with Nathan in the new year or whatever, which is what I was thinking straight after the fight.
Yeah.
I don't really.
No, you're going to focus on
anything
Richard Helm.
Sunday. Yeah, all my focus, energy, thoughts, everything.
I like that, mate.
This Sunday.
Well, that's a good way of thinking about it, mate.
And then after that, I'll have a look at what's next. But yeah, I'm really just putting everything into this Sunday. Like it's going to happen.
Well, I think it might do after watching you today, mate.
Yeah.
Look, very, very impressive. And I was speaking to John and Jamie, your coaches, and they're really impressed. They really like what you've done in camp, and they like what you've said. How you've refocused yourself.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've never felt so confident. I've never felt this strong. I bet every fighter says it every camp, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting better within each fight. And
it's only true after you come out of that fight with your hand raised.
Exactly.
And it's got to be, it's got to be a 40-36.
Yeah.
And the problem with having this fighting on the Jolly Boys, as good as it is, there's no more fights lined up for these journeymen for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So you're gonna get the best Richard Helm. He's coming there with real attitude.
He's gonna get the best Leon Entwistle.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we're looking.
If he wants to stand toe to toe and have it out, we can have it out. You know, it might be fire with fire in there on Sunday.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to that, mate.
Yeah. It's gonna be a spiteful performance.
Leon, hopefully we'll see you down there. We'll be chatting to you, and hopefully someone will be saying win number 2.
That's it. 100%.
Take care, Leon.
Nice one, mate.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.